Okay. So admitting everyone here, and let us switch to shared screen mode. Live stream chat is here. Hello, everyone. Good day, evening. I don't know what is in your side of the world, but I think, yeah, I think anyway. So I think we have now school holidays, and that's very cool. Doesn't matter it's day or night. We are at school holidays. That means we can have some rest from long Zoom Teams and maybe other sessions, and get ourselves engaged with also other activities, like maybe going outside more, seeing some snow, the last snow we have here in Riga, and also some coding. It's fun, and it is also very useful, as you can see. So today we are here, and today we will code Discord bot. Maybe for some of you that will be the first time. Hello. And the live stream chat is here. It's open for everyone. It's working so that we can share codes, ask questions, and tell some comments to each other. Going outside more, I have been working on a project since like 1 p.m. Rainy Boys tells that. Yeah, some people here in our community, they have projects now, right now. They're doing different interesting things, developing, working on that. But that's very cool. And don't forget to actually get some fresh air. All right, as you can see, today I am not alone. And today we have Artis, who is the team lead for our bot development. And you have seen how our bot have been developing for the last months. It's very good development, and it is unique now. It has very interesting new features, and we'll have more features for that because we also have Artix, who is also actively continuing adding features, and they're really very cool. And thank you guys for keeping up the pace and doing that. All right. Are you ready for bot development today? Just write me here. Are you ready? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and we are also ready. The first thing, we need some like place to program things, and it could be, not it could be, in this case, it will be Visual Studio Code. Now, just very brief, if you do not have it, just go to, let me do it like this, maybe fresh. Visual Studio Code, and please install Visual Studio Code. It's free of charge, and it's very easy to install that. All right. So you guys just install it. If you want to work with other editor or IDE, that's up to you, but it should be JavaScript friendly. Okay. It should have JavaScript syntax highlighting. So please fast install this one, and then just let me know here that you have it. Just let's do here some check. Here it is. Just check here that we know that you have it. Everyone, please just check it so that we know. And while you install that, very fast announcement, we will have another event this Thursday evening, and that will be using Pygames. So if you know some Python, or you want to know some Python and game development with Python, it will be very simple for starters. That will be mostly held by Max, by another our very active community member, and that will be about Pygames game development. That will be on Thursday. So if you don't have GS, no worries. Just react to that Visual Studio Code. Do you have it or not? Okay, very cool. So you can also join on Thursday. Event will be created and you will get invitations very soon. All right, already 5 minutes. I see that everyone So I don't see any no's here. Everyone says that you have. So one no here. Renate, please just install it. It's so easy. Just install it. Okay, you need just to download and install that. And that's it. It's very fast, lightweight, and so on. Okay. If you will have any questions, I'll help you. Artis, maybe let us start by some more installations. What do you think?
Yes, we can start.
Maybe let's create a project. Yeah, that will be the right way.
Or we can create a project.
Like folder or something like this, right?
Yes, empty folder.
Empty folder. Okay. Oh, I have so many things here. Okay, let's go. Let's go and do that together. So we have 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. Artis, you want to share your screen?
Okay, yeah, I can share my screen.
Cool. Let's go.
Okay. I don't have permissions to share screen.
You have it.
Okay, now I have. So, okay. Let me close this. Yeah, okay. Then we need to find some folder in our basically create somewhere empty folder on the system, and I'm gonna call it datorium uh, uh, best. Okay, okay. I'm gonna call it best bot just, and when we created this new folder, we can open Visual Studio Code, and from here we can select that folder in top left where it says file, and then open folder, and just navigate to that folder we created, and just click on select folder.
Okay.
Yeah, when everyone is ready, maybe some reactions.
Okay. Artist, maybe you have any chance to increase your audio volume?
I do have chance.
Can you please?
Oh, wait, I need to go like that.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that lag was only for one person. So we had some information that there was sound lag, but it could be just for one person. And I think it worth just a bit making your volume higher.
Okay, a second.
And you guys, when just ready with the folder, just let us know here that you're ready. Okay, cool. Very
Something
cool.
like that.
Oh, it's better, I think.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So I can
You can do
share
even
my
more or speak like louder.
screen. Okay. Yeah, like that. Um. Okay. When we created this place for our bot, new folder, we also need to download one more thing from the internet, which is Node.js, and it basically allows us to run JavaScript files from computer, not from website. And for that, we go to Node.js Node.js website, and just click on this long-term support button. It should work for everyone. And yeah, when you just install, leave all the options on default how they are.
It should be quite fast.
Yeah, and when you install, then you can react on that message with reactions. No, you don't download it to the project folder, you download it to the... Well, you can leave the default installation folder, or you can create somewhere else that folder, but it doesn't matter where.
It doesn't matter. You will just need to install it. So you will not need that file anymore.
Yeah.
Just make the installation. So do you guys know what is Node.js? Who knows what is Node.js until we install that? Artist, there is a question. I think,
No, I don't think that you should install the...
yeah.
It should work without those optional things.
Okay, so Bigger Bob writes some backend related framework. So right now I have asked what is Node.js and looking for some answers here. JavaScript is a programming language. This is clear. You may know that, right? If you are here, yes. So Adrian's makes it more precise. It allows to use JavaScript on the server side. You know, guys, at first, JavaScript was mostly for, not mostly, but only for running into your browser. Because so actually JavaScript runs in your browser. It's like Chrome, Firefox, whatever, right? But but because JavaScript is popular and it is getting also popular, people thought that, hey, can we also program with JavaScript in the servers, like server-side scripting, because you have a lot of things in backend servers. And then Node.js, it's runtime. It's not a framework, actually. It is a runtime. It is a special design runtime where you can run JavaScript code for the server. So you will actually make a server from your machine in this case. Okay, I was just talking to make it more possible for you. Any problems with Node.js installation? Was that fine? And if you have any problems, just tell us. If not, then we will just continue.
Still
Okay,
installing.
still installing. All right. So if you guys have any problem, just let us know so we can help you. But try to struggle first yourself to get installations done. I think we can show how to host that online using Heroku, for example. This is one of the, or maybe the most popular for Discord bot hosting place.
Yeah, it's also very popular to host these bots somewhere online for free. So you can easily also Google it. It will show um, a lot of answers where to host and how to.
Okay, so artist, maybe you can show. Okay, it's when we are idle, we can see also the Discord screen on the screen. Is it possible to host TCP server Heroku? I don't know. It's just 28 megabytes, so it should not be so large. There is some Me6 bot. Yeah. What is the question about Me6 bot? Me6 bot is not our bot. It is done by absolutely other team. It's very popular bot. And it is mostly used for moderation and managing the server, actually. It is one of the biggest and most used bots. Yeah, exactly. Yes, but we like more now the yet another general purpose Discord bot. All right, any problems with the installation? Just let us know. Yeah, Yag is great. I also like that. Apollo is for managing events. It is not the best one, but we manage events with that because we don't have our features yet for that. Yes, exactly. This is Yag, the yet another general purpose Discord bot. This one is okay. What other bots do you know, guys? What other bots you know which are like really cool? What bots would you recommend us to invite to our server? Statbot. Yes, I have seen that.
Soon everyone will create their own bots and say, "Oh, this is best. Let's
This is the
invite it to this."
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows? Maybe you will create your own bot. By the way, you can create your own bot and make it very popular. That's how other bots started. Groovy. This is about music, right? I don't know Groovy. I know Statbot. Yes. Dino. Yes. Groove and Rhythm are music bots. Yeah, it sounds like music bots. You want to see music bots on our server? Okay. All right. You want to see music bots?
Okay, that's great. Okay, so is everyone done with their installation? Or is someone still installing something? Not something, but Node.js.
Ready. Let's go, artist. Let's continue.
Okay, now when we install this Node.js, with that came also like package management, which is called npm. It's like in Python pip, but yeah. So basically now when we install this Node.js, we want to import um, Discord.js library to our project. And okay, let's say first of all, our code will communicate with the bot through something called Discord.js, which is uh, which is what is it? So basically, this is Discord.js. It's a module that is like connected with Discord API, and it allows us to code Discord bots much easier. So we are going to install this Discord.js module, but first of all, we need to set uh, set our project to be like to be able to install these modules. So first of all, we need to uh, open a new terminal. We can do that at the top where it says terminal and new terminal. And then we type npm init -y. This command, I will share it with in Discord. Um, y, because if you would type without this -y, then it would ask for these things individually, and for us we don't really need it at the moment, so it will put everything as default, like name, version, description, author, and license. Yeah, and then just press enter, and you should see this file created package.json, and if you see this file, then everything is correct and you're ready. um Okay, it seems that I missed some kind of step. That's not cool. Oh, um,
Wait. Why is this error? Because it should not be there. The term and PM is not recognized.
I'm now thinking maybe uh, maybe it should be like must that you restart your computer, like because npm should be installed with Node.js.
Exactly. It should be installed with the Node.js. And invalid name. Okay, let's see. They use updated. Um, just to check, do you have any, I don't know, uh, Cyrillic or like long letters in your folders of somewhere? No? Artist, can you please also share the, oh, you see it, right? Yeah, exactly, the Discord chat. Okay,
Yeah.
if you have this problem, just maybe try to restart Visual Studio Code.
Mm, it doesn't really matter from Visual Studio Code.
Yes, actually, but maybe.
Yeah.
So, for whom it works, can you tell us? So, let us do some survey, fast survey. Just wait. I will put the emoji so that we get npm install, or let's say initialization worked for me. Yes, and tell us no if it doesn't
Also,
work.
restarting Visual Studio Code just helped.
Yeah, just restart Visual Studio Code and be sure that you have installed Node.js, guys. If you don't have that, you will not have this. Okay. And give me more reactions, please. So we are getting more.
Okay, yeah, then.
Yeah, just restart it. Restart Visual Studio Code. Um, okay, so don't put spaces in your names. Okay, even in folders.
Oh, in that case, okay, yeah, wait. In that case, you could actually write npm init without -y, and in name just write something without spaces. Well, maybe I can show it. Wait, I will delete this package.
Okay.
So it would be like npm init only, and yeah, and as you can see, it maybe I can increase font somehow. Okay, like that.
Yes, that's great.
And it says like package name, and you can say some kind of name like with underscore press enter it. Okay,
No, it can be only.
yeah, only small letters and yeah, okay. And version, you can just press enter on everything and leave empty. And at one point it will say, is this okay? And in that case, you just need to write yes, and it should also create it.
Don't put spaces in your names. Never do that because you will have trouble with that. Okay, so how about reactions? More reactions to that one, where we had that.
Yes, freeze error. This is correct, and you should see this package JSON file showing up.
Cool. So we can continue, I see. If you still struggle, just let me know.
Okay, then we will wait a little bit.
Okay, what's going on here?
You uh, most probably when you wrote some kind of name, or when it asked for something, you put some kind of symbol which is not like an alphabet or is not a number.
So type only pure Latin letters without space. Yeah.
Yeah, Christians, this is how it should be.
Okay. Any other problems? Freezy, you should fix that by just redoing that. If you
Um,
don't set, oh, you don't see the JSON thing. That's not good.
um, and if you don't see, maybe maybe double check if you are in like the same folder, and at the in the terminal it also shows the same path to this folder.
Um, hey, you guys, you just don't see anything. Just click on, okay.
Yeah, see you, Christians, you didn't select the folder to in the first place. So when you created this empty folder for this project, you had to press on this file at the top left and go to open file. Open folder. And when you click on open folder, then just navigate to that folder and click select folder. And you should see this explorer. Or if you already did that, then click on this double papers, or how can
Yeah.
it should appear now.
Okay, I think we should continue because um, most people are done, and if you have problems, just try to fix them. All right. So this is really very simple, and you have to follow very precisely things at first. I mean, making folders. Don't put any spaces in folder names. Open the folder, open the terminal, and just write down the command. This is so simple. Okay. If you do that with the
Yes,
folder, yeah, just write down command. If you do that with the folder, npm init, initialize that, and that's it.
yes, and this is what you should see.
Yeah.
Package JSON file.
Let's continue, Arti.
Okay, let's continue. Then we need to okay, great. Now we need to install Discord.js into our project, and we do that by this command which I sent in Discord. You can just copy and paste it inside the terminal. And you should see something like this appearing in terminal, and also in the project explorer you should see node modules folder and also package lock JSON file. if you see these things, then yeah, if you see these things, then you are installed Discord.js successfully, and we are now only one step away from coding our bot.
Yes.
NPM, it's basically a package management manager, and you can install all kind of packages for Node.js. Yeah.
Yeah, npm means like node package management. It's just short from that. It's just a program for managing packages, like for example, Discord.js, different packages.
Wait, I need to log in Discord. I'm gonna
Yes,
send.
exactly, Adrian. Adrian asks, uh, maybe artist, can you put the Discord
Yes, a second.
so that other
This.
people just see the questions? Yeah, npm comes with Node, exactly. It's like when you have yeah, as so every language they have. For example, in C# you have NuGet in like in .NET, in Visual Studio you have NuGet, it's called package manager. In Python you have, well, they're different, and Pip is one. They're Anaconda, and this one is for Node npm. It's like to manage your libraries, a lot of packages.
Yes. Okay. The next step is to go to this website, and it may ask to log in to Discord first with your account. Then you just log in, and you should see something like that, but maybe with none of the applications. And now we are just creating this bot, and later we will code that bot. So yeah, if you see this page where it says like applications, then click on the top right, new application, and you can give this application a name. I'm gonna call it best bot. And you should see this page now. And does everyone see this page?
Cool.
Okay, that's great. Um, Now we just created only application for our bot, but to create the bot, we go to on the left, there is section bot. We click here and click on add bot and click on yes, do it. And it will create this bot. Um, yeah, and that's basically it. It created the bot. We can change the username, the picture for the bot here. Uh, yeah,
But let's leave that for now.
yeah,
You can do that later.
yeah. It doesn't show token. We are gonna use token to connect code to our bot.
But don't
um,
show that to anyone.
yes, keep it secret.
Keep it secret. You see, it says that a wild bot has appeared. Now you have to, yeah, write the code for that.
Okay, and next step, actually we can create a new server in Discord where we can invite that bot and to test things. So we can press on the Discord, there is add server, and oh, they changed, but like create my own.
Yeah, they have some improvements there.
Yeah, and then there is server name, my best bot.
I think you guys, you know how to create server in Discord.
Yeah, you should know. Or actually, it could be like any server where you have permission to add. Um, I don't know which permission, but basically, where you are administrator, you can also invite bots to that server. So when we created that server, we can go back to this Discord developer portal. It's called Discord developer portal, and yeah. Now we can create the invitation link to invite this bot to our server. For that, we go to this OAuth 2 and scroll down a little bit, and here where it says scopes, we select bot. Then we scroll a bit down and it will say bot permissions. Here we can choose which permissions bot will have. And we can choose the administrator. It will include all others. So yeah.
For now, it's better to go with administrator. So it will ask this permissions when added to any server.
Yeah. And when we clicked on that, then it also created the link over here. We can click on copy and then we can add to new page and paste this link here. And it will redirect to this page where it will say best bots and add to server. So let's add to my server, my best bot server. Click continue, and as you can see, it asks for administrator permissions. That's what we chose here.
And please note, if you do not know bot, don't give administrator permission to that. Okay. So somebody can understand, intrude your server and make nasty things there with the bot.
Yeah. Okay, as you can see, my bot is in my server and currently it's offline. And you should also see your bot offline.
In my server. Okay. Maybe
Christians, did
artist.
you stuck somewhere or something?
Yeah, can you guys please make reactions here? I see my bot in my server offline, and I want your reactions. So far, we have only confirmations. That's cool. More? We need more. Give us energy. More energy. All right, cool. What you said about administrator.
Uh, yeah, like if you are inviting the bot that you don't know and it's not very popular, then it wouldn't be great to add permission administrator for that bot, as it can ruin your server. And yeah.
Actually, with administrator role, it can do whatever it wants in your server. Delete things, write messages to users, spam, and whatever. So only when you trust. Obviously, this is your bot. You trust your bot. Maybe no.
Maybe no. Yeah. Okay. Now when we see this bot here, your bot could do that, but not at the moment because it's offline.
We are making Terminator. Okay, guys, let's continue.
Okay, yeah. Let's continue now with the code. So yeah, when we install this Discord.js, actually, yeah, we just need to create a new file, and usually, like, you can call it any way you want, but I'm gonna call it index.js. Oh, and also you can create new files by pressing on this button here and just type index and then .js. Then press enter, it should create this new file. When we are ready with that, we can import this Discord.js library into our code. Like currently it is in our project, but not inside this index.js file. And for that, we need to write one line of code, which should be const discord equals require discord.js. And this line of code just like imports this discord.js module inside index.js file. And when we imported this Discord inside this Discord variable, we can actually get something which is called a client, and the client will handle all the events happening like messages, reactions, or everything. So for that, we need to create also a client, which would be new discord.client. And basically these two lines of code will it's just like must to create bot, and yeah, to import it.
Yeah, and these two lines actually, maybe Artist very short briefly. So what do you do? Now let's say you have a library and you create an instance of a class, in this case, Discord client class, and keep that in client. So this client will be an instance of Discord client class. If you know some, C#, maybe Python class, object-oriented programming, it is very similar. And then you can do things with that client, like Artist told, because you have a lot of events. Like somebody has written a message, something happened, you have to handle them.
Yeah. Someone asks if is it okay if Discord does not show in green. It should actually show in green.
Yeah, agree. It should.
But
yeah, that's true. Maybe you have different color scheme. Maybe Artist, let's continue. If it will not work, then we will fix that.
okay, yeah. So the next thing we are gonna write is to connect to our bot. Yeah, okay. To connect to our bot, we will need to go back to this developer portal where we invited our bot and created it. We need to go back to this bot section and basically we need to copy this token. As this is, I'm gonna show this token, but then I'm gonna regenerate it. So yeah, this token should look something like this, very long with all kind of letters, numbers, symbols. It's just very long token, and this token basically is like a key to connect to this bot. And I'm gonna regenerate it, and maybe it was not smart because I'm gonna show it to you how to connect it. So yeah, and when you copy it, then you can type in this index.js file client.login. and in parentheses it will also show you that it is waiting for token as a string format. So you're gonna put these quotes and then this huge token. Yeah, you won't be fast enough to write all these letters to connect to it. But yeah, and in this case, in this case, basically what happens, we are connecting to that bot, and in theory, when we run this code, our bot should go online because we connected. It can't do anything because our code just is like logging in and that's it. And to run this code, we write in the terminal node space and then the name of this file. In my case, it's index.js. And when we run this and go to the Discord, and yeah, as you can see, my bot is online and that's cool. And are your bots also online?
Maybe artist, you can show it slower a bit one more time, just very briefly.
Okay, about running the code.
Yeah, so this is when you,
So yeah, you in the terminal you write node, which like we installed Node.js previously, so it will tell Node to start running, and we need to type the name of this file. In my case, it's called index.js.
yeah, but there is one thing, yeah? You have to first save the file. If you do not save the file, it will not work properly, okay?
Oh yeah, correct. And you save it by clicking on the code and then Control plus S. And if you have some kind of changes, it will show this dot here.
No, artist, you have some noise there. What is that? Like,
Is it mine? I'm hearing
oh,
I'm hearing it as
okay.
well.
No, it is
Okay,
not
not
yours.
anymore. I
So
thought
guys, one more time, it's very important to save your index.js file before you run node and that file. So actually what happens, node is actually a runtime environment. It's created in your machine, a node runtime environment where it runs your short code. Oh, this is from, I got it. Artis, can you unmute yourself, please? And that wasn't coming from you, that was from other user. Fine, let's continue.
okay. So yeah, if you see this dot, then you are not like you did not save this file, and to save it, just click on Control and S, and that dot should disappear. Or as Rainy Boy says, you can install autosave.
Yeah, that's also an option.
And yeah, after that you just type node in and then index.js and click enter. And you should see your bot online in your server.
Cool. And we are having some fun in Discord now.
Okay, but as you can see, like this code, if someone else steals this code, he might use it and use it in like bad things for bad things. And yeah, so to make it happening less like okay, basically when you are sharing your code with someone, you may accidentally show this code and then it's like it can be pretty bad. So we can hide this code a little bit, and we can hide it by creating another file, and we can call it like config.json. Yeah, well, basically what I'm saying is that if I send if I send this code to someone and he will use it also in his like code client.login, it will connect to my bot.
Okay. Yeah. And that is why. So what Artist does, if you don't send to anybody, then no one will know that. So this is a token. Be careful with tokens. It's a secret thing which belongs to you. It's like the key from your house, apartment, right? If you give that to anybody else, they can connect to your bot and control your bot, reprogram that, I don't know, do intrusions and whatever. So that's why now please follow exactly what Artist shows now to fix this kind of issues.
Yeah, we create a new file and call it config.json. And if someone now knows how JSON format looks, then it's basically curly brackets, and here we can here we are asked to enter a key and a value for that key. In this case, it would be like the key would be token, and the value for the key would be this long token.
Yep.
And we can save this config.json file like that. We won't need it anymore. I might be send it in Discord like that. Oh, I send with my code. Okay,
You
never
sent
mind.
your token.
Okay,
Change that fast.
yeah. I'm gonna change it, copy, and put it away so you don't see it.
So this way, you keep your token in that config JSON file. JSON is JavaScript object notation file. All right. And no one else sees that, right? You see, you now don't see what is going on in config JSON. An artist has the real token there, but you don't see that. And now the magic will happen. Artist, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, first I'm gonna import this JSON config.json to index.js. And to do that, it's like very simple what we did before. Const config equals require, and then we put dot slash, and dot slash means like this directory, and we can, for me it also like shows which file you want to import, and in my case it would be config.json. And yeah, and that's actually it, because now if we in this client.login we type config dot token, it will take this token from this config JSON file. And as you can see in this case, you don't see this token, and I don't see it either, but it is inside this config JSON file.
Yep.
And now you can actually try to run the code again. It should work exactly the same way it did before. And if you're wondering how to stop the process, you stop it by pressing Control and C. Control C. Yeah, and you should be back in, like, you could write anything, and then you can write again node index.js.
Yeah.
And if I go back to my server and my bot is still online,
Yeah. So when you write, when you in the terminal, when you press Control C, you terminate the terminal. You terminate actually the
Process.
node process. Okay, it's a process in your computer. You,
Actually, yeah, any process, but in this case, it's Node.
yeah, it's in this case, it's node process. So when you stop it, then you have to save your files, all the files, config.js, index.js. Now you have two files, right? And then you can rerun Node.js one more time, and your bot will run with the new code, fresh code.
Uh, Rainy Boy, you mean with update bot status to like away or or this, what was it called?
I
Do
mean,
not disturb. Uh, I don't remember from like my head, but
it's
if
not
I,
hard.
yeah, but it's easy to like Google and get it. Yeah, if you stopped it and it is still online, it could be sometime online, but like it won't work. As you can see, yeah, I stopped my bot as well and it still shows online, but after some time it will go offline.
Um, okay, I dropped some code from Stack Overflow. You can check there with depression.
Oh, like that. Okay, that's actually pretty easy. I might show it at the end.
Yeah, but now let's go into the bot coding. Now, just very, very briefly, what do we have, right? You have a bot now. Bot is there. It is a bot. It is alive. But now your bot is dumb. It doesn't know anything. Well, it's there, but it doesn't do anything because it has no code there. Okay, it doesn't mean that now it will do things. Now you create the logic of the bot. You create functionality, right? So what's the first thing we're gonna do, Artis?
Um, First thing we are gonna create a event handler when bot is ready. Like when we run the code, it might take some time for bot to go online and to connect everything. And like there are a lot of event handlers. I will show even in documentation how you can find them, and yeah.
Okay, but what about making also a very fast thing? For example, reply to a message. You write any message, bot replies to that.
Actually, yeah, we can do that first, so it's much interesting.
Yeah, it would
Okay,
be interactive more.
yeah. For that, we need to create a new event listener for messages when someone sends some kind of message. And for that, we type this client. As I said before, on client, we are going to make all these event handlers. And there is a function method called on. So client on, and then in brackets, we need to specify what kind of event this is going to be. And for me, it also shows what I can write here, and there are a lot of things to write. And in our case, we just need this message. Then we press comma, and here, if I remember correctly, it was like some kind of variable, but it's much easier if we use it. Oh, it was very fast what I did. If we use just message, it's going to be variable later. I'm gonna tell how it works and so. And after this message, we need to add in JavaScript it's called arrow function, but basically it's equal sign and then a greater than sign, but together. And in my case, it shows it like very stylish, but it won't do that for you probably. And when you do this arrow thing, then open curly brackets and press enter. You should see something like that.
Okay.
Uh, so basically, yeah, this is function, and in this function we can we can start writing. Basically, this function is going to be called every time someone sends a message. And we can to test it, uh, we can just say console.log, and console log will just print text in the terminal, and we can type new message arrived, like that. And don't forget to save this file and type again node index.js to run the code. And if I go to my server and I type something like any message in the terminal, it will print this new message arrived. So as you can see, on every message it will do this function and console log everything. But okay, it's like not very interesting when it just console logs something, because no one else could see it except you, that it sends something. So we want this bot to send some kind of messages in the channel. Uh, for that, we can use this variable. Like, we could have written here anything, but in our case I just wrote message. So it's a variable, and we can use it like message dot reply. There is a method which is message dot reply, and in brackets we can again send some kind of message, yay message, like that. um but there is one problem with this. uh, as I said before, this oh, there's problem. Yeah, Christians, you have a closed bracket here, and it should not be closed here. It should be at the end. So it should be like message, comma, message. Yeah. But there is one problem with our code currently. As I said, this function is going to be run every time someone sends message, and this function basically replies to user, and it will mean that it will make just kind of a loop.
Don't
So
run it. Yeah, it will be recursive, because when bot makes a message, it
yeah,
is a message. It runs itself one more time.
yeah. But I'm gonna run it. Uh, so this is the message, and as you can see, it will just spam it. And you might think that it stopped, but actually it did not, because Discord have like uh, limits
Yeah.
to everyone, and yeah, even if the bot wanted to, he couldn't spam that fast. um so yeah, I'm gonna stop it because it's getting messy. Yeah, but as you can see, for the first time it reacted to my message, and all the next times it reacted to himself. Yeah.
So you can make, actually what you can make your server to look pretty cool. I mean, busy. You can create like a couple of bots and they will talk to each other.
Yeah, but yeah, uh, to escape this issue, we can choose a lot of things to do, and we can we can check for the message content, uh, i- like the message, what does it say on the message. And for that we can create if statement, and message dot content equals, and then we can choose what would it like contain. Let's say hello.
Artist, maybe we can do kind of command thing, like for example, exclamation and like, I don't know, reply.
Okay, okay,
No,
okay. Yeah, we
just an
can do.
idea.
But okay, yeah, but okay, but for the first time, I want to show this if statement. So we can
Okay, all
we
right.
can create if like message dot content equals hello, then we reply to this message with hi. And in this case, on every message, it will first check if message content is hello, then it will react. In other cases, it won't react. Um, and if I go back to this Discord server, if I type hello, it will react artist dd hi. Also, if I type something else like hi, it won't react because it is here checking if like the message like not contains, but if message is hello. Yeah, basically this message dot content is everything that user wrote in the message.
Okay, just keep spamming. All right, so
Did you
the
save your file when you restarted, or because if you didn't save, it could happen that maybe you changed the code a lot and then you run the code and forgot to save and it still doesn't work. It happened to me. If it keeps spamming, I don't know, check if like your message reply is inside if statement. In JavaScript, if statement is opened with curly bracket and closed with curly bracket.
yes, maybe artist, we should say that. So first, you have to save your file, then you have to stop node, right, artist?
Yes.
Terminate, Control C, and then you rerun the node. Okay, so can you show maybe one time? So save first. You go there, Control
So
S.
there are changes. So
Yeah,
Control
please be
S.
very careful now. Then Control C in
Then
the
it's
terminal.
running. We press Control C. Now it's not.
And then you press the up arrow. You
Or
can
up
do
arrow.
up arrow. It will just repeat that.
Yeah, and then press Enter. It should be working. Yes, we can do like that, but this message.reply function, it will first mention and then it will reply with this message. So we can actually change this to not message reply but to message.channel.send. So we are getting this message channel in which this message was sent, and we are sending another message, hi. And let's remove this one. So like that, and again, Control S to save, Control C to terminate the the program, okay, and up arrow and enter. Now if we go to the Discord, uh, I really didn't get this. Like, did you mean hello and hi to like may to check if the message is hello and hi and then react to that, or yeah, in that case you can just add another if statement, and in JavaScript if you are interested, or like in if statement you can add conditions and conditions and conditions, and you can separate them with uh, or operators, and well, they are self-explanatory. For Discord.js, or will be this double pipe, and then we can do message dot content dot equals hi. And also okay, I'm gonna show it. If we run this code and go to this Discord now, when I say hello and hi, it will just say hi. But if I type hello with small first letter, it won't do anything because it is case sensitive, and I'm checking if it's with uppercase first.
Friends, it's very important to understand the principles, how it works. Okay, so these are the first steps. Then you will work with the documentation of Discord.js. Artis will show you, and that's it. So, Artis, can you tell how long? So, when did you start your first Discord bot development?
Um, uh, I think it was exactly last year,
Last
somewhere
year.
in March. Yeah.
And I think that was a session with Thomas, right? So we had,
Yes, it was.
yes. So actually, let us look, guys. The story is, and this is very cool story. Artis is one of the most active like community members, and a year ago we held a Discord bot session like this, and it was held by Thomas, one of our senseis and tutors, and Artis presented there with other guys also. And after just couple of months, I remember Artis already created his bot, and then we made a team, and team created our bot, and now these guys are doing really amazing things. Maybe we can show you later the code of that bot. I mean, a little bit. I can share a bit my screen so that you see how much they have spent time. And by the way, I want to give cheers to Artix, who is also here right now, and give applauses to Artix. Also, sorry, wow, I'm losing my voice. Just a second. Artix is just R. Well, I want to. Here it is. So let us, yeah, let us say hello to Artix. He is the author of the games like Tic Tac Toe and coin coin flipping and other ones. And plus, he has also one very cool feature, and we will reveal this feature very soon. And together with Artis, like Artix, I say your usernames, and also other guys. They're not here, I think, but mostly I see a lot of contributions from Artis and Artix, and this is really very cool. And now you guys, you see what kind of things do they create, and they have created that in just in several months, in a couple of months. So
Since
you will be
August.
able to create, yeah, your bots quite fast if you really work on that, because they started as you from scratch. That was short comment.
Yeah. So now when we just learn how to check for the message content, we can make what we can make something like commands. And which command should we create? Uh, okay, so we can make commands. So we do again this if statement and check for message dot content. And now we can check for like command, and we can check for like exclamation mark, for example, as like when we write commands, first is exclamation mark. And uh, I
Points.
know there's one example from official documentation. It was like ping, and then uh, like when you type exclamation mark ping, then bot will react, not react,
Pong.
but yeah, message dot channel dot send, and it will send pong like that. And when we again save, stop the program and run it again, we should go to our server and now type with exclamation mark ping, and it will say pong. Yeah, and if we do ping without exclamation mark, it won't work. So this is like more like commands, but yeah, basically you can check for things in this message content using all kind of methods from JavaScript, as it provides a lot of them. If you're very interested, then you can check that somewhere. Um, yeah, maybe I'm gonna show now this documentation,
Yeah,
Discord.js, and
absolutely.
it's I will share the link as well.
And you guys, what kind of feature would you like to create? I mean, moderate thing, yeah, not very big thing.
Christians, you can remove, you can keep it as you wish. You can keep it. It will just be another check if like, yeah. Um, so I shared the link in Discord, and this is the homepage of official Discord.js. Uh, Discord.js, yeah. And as you can see, it you can read about it some, and here's this example. Also, now you know, like these two lanes is just connecting to that bot, and as you can see, client dot on message. And yeah, in this example they use like message as msg,
Yeah.
but we use message, and yeah, it's like same, almost same, except they didn't use exclamation mark. Yeah, and I'm gonna teach you how to read this documentation. So if you have like any idea to create something and you don't know how, you can maybe ask Google and then maybe read documentation. But it's very easy. We just go to this documentation and it will redirect us to this page. Here, here on the left side, there are a lot of tabs or sections you can press on, and they are there. This shows all available classes, and there is also client, as we used one client, and when we click on that, on events, there is all the events that we can handle, like as I said before. I'm gonna show, like we created this client as Discord client and client on, and in these quotes we just write the event we want to handle. And yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of events to handle, and we use this message event. And then you can go even deeper. You can press on this message, and it will now show message. Is it? Yeah, it will show all available methods, functions, and properties for this message. Uh, and like we use this message dot reply method. So there is this reply method, and it's showed here. And there is also a message edit and delete and pin and react. And all these things you can use, like you can delete, but also you cannot edit other messages except the bot's messages. And as you can see, there is also a lot of properties for this message, and properties are these things like content. We check for the content what is in this page, uh, page no on the um,
Yeah.
in the message, and you can see like everything like author or channel or created that and deleted. If it's deleted, it will return true or false. And
Artis, can I just very briefly interrupt you?
yeah,
Can I show my screen for
yes,
okay. Just very short. For example, um yeah, for example, where's that? So if message so it doesn't matter. Let us say we want to see what sorry, we want to see what message contains from. All right, so you can do this way. You can just write here client on message, and then we can just see what is the message actually. Okay, just if you write this thing, I hope it will work. I didn't test that, but I will test that with you together. And now if I save my file, this one, and rerun, terminate and rerun Node.js, right? So if I write here in my test server something, some message, all right, in my console, I will see all the information, all the properties of that message because I'm printing that message. You can see how many things it has. So it has type, it's a text, deleted, false, ID of that message, I don't know, name of that message, parent. I think that this could be a channel, for example, and so on. A lot of things, and this is very useful to look at. You see in action those properties that artist just showed you. So in documentation, you have those properties, right? I don't know, it was message, right? Message. Oops. Did I do? Okay. These are the properties. You see? These properties, and you see them in action. So properties means that they contain some information, and it's here, you see? Deleted, false, because it's not deleted. Name of the um guild or server, the Torium team, it's called. It's just called like this. And so on. You see, these are those things. And what artists told methods are things that do something. For example, can we do artists just a very brief, add some reaction? What do you think? What happened? Okay, are you guys okay? You're muted. How did you? Okay,
yes,
and I will just, yeah, and can we just briefly do some, for example,
reactions.
reaction?
Yes, easy.
Yeah, that should be easy. So you can share now.
Okay, the share screen. Okay, yeah, reactions. Uh, okay,
Let's do a new command, for example. I don't know,
yeah, let's
react.
do a new command. We can, uh, yeah, we can make these else if statements, which is if like the first if did not complete,
Yeah.
like if it was false, then we can do else if and check if message dot content is exclamation mark and react. Um, then we can do a method, which is message.react. And here we need to pass a reaction. And to do that, you can go to Discord and click on this smiley face and choose any reaction. uh, I'm gonna choose this screwdriver because I don't know why. And you and to get this emoji uh, copy, like easy to copy, we have to put this backward slash in front of it, and it should change. It's like from that emoji to the name screwdriver. And when you, okay, it was bad example. Let's just take this checkbox. uh it should send something like this. And this one you can just uh select and copy it with Control C, and go to the code and paste it with Control V, and it will just paste it like that. Yeah, so it was backwards slash, and then it was that emoji, and when you press send, it should send it like that. So when you copy it inside, it should work now. So let's test it out. As you can see, it should work when we type !react. So when we restart this code and type !react, as you can see, we have reaction from this bot with this exclamation mark. Yes, I can send the code.
Yeah.
Yes, and now bot reacted to this message. And funny thing, not funny, but also interesting thing, we can create event listener or event handler when someone reacts to that message. And for that, we, as we did before, we type client.on, and in these quotes we can uh, uh, actually, I don't remember. For that, there is this documentation, and we can just easily go to the client.
I think this is message reaction add. What I think could be.
Yes, that's correct. And as you can see, there is event message reaction add. So we can go to message reaction add. If I wrote it correctly, I should have. And for reactions, it doesn't take one variable, but it takes two. And if I remember correctly, it takes reaction first, and then it takes user. And we need to put it in the brackets. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be something like that. Code of config. I can actually, it's like, I remember it like that. That's JSON. Uh, no, it's config.json file. But this one, it's for this reaction add. And we can we can we can actually, okay, in this case, as you can see, we don't have a variable called message to get the channel. And I'm gonna say that reaction.channel, it doesn't exist. It shows like also for you that like it doesn't exist. But what does exist is, as you can see, dot message. So reaction.message, it is basically the message on which this reaction was added. And then we can get this channel again as before and send, and we can send great, one more reaction added, um, like that. Then we again save and rerun this code. And if we type again react, oh, okay, that's it makes sense now. I totally forgot. Okay, we can use one more command, which would be great to know. We just check if user. Oh, and basically also this user command variable is the user who reacted to that message, and we can check if user.bot. So we check if user is bot. Then we just return, and bots would won't count anymore. And when we type react, it should happen once. And when I click on this,
Yeah, that works actually.
but why did it react?
Yeah, that's strange. It should not react. We should just get a message. That's it, right?
Yes, but
Um, Mine works fine. I
oh,
think
what does it?
I'm looking what's wrong there in your case. Oh, artist. I think because no, things are fine. I don't know. Mine works.
Does it work for you guys? It doesn't work.
Okay, I'll share my code. It should work. Doesn't work. Here it is. Try my code.
Is there some kind of difference?
No. Can you react with other reaction? Just maybe that it's something to do with
Oh,
your React,
maybe.
but
Uh,
can you make another reaction? Like,
I'm gonna test this one first. It still does, which is very
yeah,
interesting.
but can
Okay.
you do another reaction? Oh, that's strange.
We broke the system a bit. But okay, you got the idea that message reaction add is.
Yeah.
Wait, it should work.
I think there are a lot of things you can experiment. So while
Yeah.
Artis is fixing the problem there, or maybe he will not fix that. So I think you guys got very good start for making bot. What do you think? How are you? I found the problem. Artix found the problem.
Great.
Okay, just tell me, please, in Discord. Oh, yeah, you have one equality.
Where?
Yeah. So you make it react always.
Yeah, it was double. Oh, my font. I have to change it back to normal. Not this alien type.
Cool, Artix. Thank you for saving us. Thank you for saving us from bot uh, termination or whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
it was double equals sign.
Yeah, try that code. Can you please write in the channel, how do you feel? How are you? What do you feel about your bot now? Are you able to make your bots? We want all of you to make your bots.
Or like this one. Where is it?
It's cool. It doesn't work for FreeC. Well, it's working. Other reactions, or I don't know, your ideas. I want to read how do you feel now. Did you
Uh,
manage it?
One more thing about semicolons. In JavaScript, it is not necessary to use semicolons, but It's always good practice to put them because I don't know. It's just
Because without them, you don't know how they will behave. It can behave in a different way. JavaScript is very like specific language. Actually, it's very popular. But I agree with artists that it's much better to put those semicolons. Okay, will you now make your own bots? What kind of bot would you like to make with your knowledge already? With the documentation, you can do a lot of things, like unlimited things. The limit is your imagination.
like for example this bot. I think it's great and everyone can make it.
Yeah, you can make different other bots also.
Oh, about those status for the bots, I might find it fast, just like Google.
Okay, artists, let's do this one and then let us finalize this session. I hope we'll have more sessions also in the future about bot making. I think the next one will be also someday. And I hope you learned a lot of things today. Well, the hardest thing is always to start. So artist gave you a very good start right now. So you can just start making your bots.
That's not status. Basically, here you can change the maybe it is called status, but okay, great. Maybe not. Um, set activity. Yes, that's what I was missing. Oh yeah, there is one problem. We should also make one more handler which is on ready when the bot is ready, because it might take some time for our code to connect with bot, and for that there is another event handler ready, and it's just like that. And inside here we can say client.user.set activity, and here we can say uh, wait, there was more options I can find like that. Uh yeah, so okay. As you can see in this the documentation, it says user set activity, and first you set the string as the activity is shown, and then you give the type.
Yeah.
And we can actually copy this, and yeah, let's discord.js, and in type of watching you can use competing custom status, listening, playing, streaming, or watching. Let's say playing, and now when we save this code and run it, there is no problem. That's great. Yeah, as you can see now it says playing discord.js.
So if we translate that to human language, artists have written, when bot gets ready, change its activity, set its activity to playing.
Yeah.
So there are some sort of predefined activities, and that's what you can do. Okay, guys, artists, do you have any other important thing to share right now?
Not really. Now I think
Cool.
everyone can make it, make their own bot with this knowledge.
Absolutely. This is how you started, guys. From the first steps. Then,
Yes, I will share the whole code.
sure. Okay, so let's thank everyone here, and keep tuned, stay tuned. Today, I will announce another event also that will be on Pygame. So it's very always, it is really very important to work with different technologies, different languages, so that you get used to that diversity. I don't think that you should stick to one language or one technology, because that language can, well, okay, professionals, they don't work with one language and one technology in real life, okay, because you have different. So that's why I will be really glad to see you on other also events. And let us give big thanks to artists. Big thanks to artists. Just how can we do that? Yeah, of course, in Discord. Thank you, artists. And I will also thanks Artix for joining and being with us. Thanks you.
That's someone else.
No, I mean, I thank you both, because Artix also supported us here. Oh, that's someone else, actually. Yeah, that is someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. We have, so Artist is very popular name, it seems.
Yeah.
That's like this. Okay, let's give big thanks to these guys, and special thanks to Artis for holding this session and empowering you, motivating you to make your own bots, and see you in our other sessions, right?
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Let's finish, Artis.
Yes.
You allow me?
Yes.
You are the boss of this session.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming here and listening and creating bots.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. See you later. Bye bye.
Goodbye.